At the Academy for Physiotherapy in Deventer, we are confronted with educational modules. These are components of the physiotherapy subject matter, which, when fitted together, make up the whole study packet. These modules can be used anywhere in the world. Where necessary, a specific choice can also be made from the total study packet. At the start of their study, the students are provided with those modules concerning the first part of their study period. What goes toward making up such a study module? A module is a workbook in which the teacher has described a part of the subject matter in a practical way. Next to this, there are references such as the title, authors, the date, the edition number, the catalogue number, the study load, the number of hours set aside for self-study, the entry-level requirements, directions pointing to connecting modules, and a short description of the contents. Further, it contains directions concerning the build-up of the module, its framework, teaching aids belonging to it, such as slide sound series and videotapes, the educational aim, the model for evaluation, questions for self-testing, the norm for the final examination, and suggestions for study. During the first week, at the beginning of the study, the student learns how to use the modules. It seems that this student is having a problem with the module text. Let's see how he solves it.
Yes, come in. Good morning, Mr. Westerling.
Hello, Bert. Take a seat.
Thank you. Sir, I'm studying this module on respiration.
Yes?
But there is something I don't quite understand.
Well, go ahead. Let's see what the problem is.
Well, why is during inspiration the dynamic compliance line so steep and during expiration less steep?
Yes. That's because you don't see there the total compliance curve.
No, I know.
In fact, you ought to see this.
Practical lessons still constitute a very important part of the study of physiotherapy. The students attend lessons given in the classical manner, and then go on to put this into practice during self-study periods amongst themselves. Accordingly, the Academy building must be properly equipped for this purpose. With an individual form of study, such as this modular education, backup support for the student requires a great deal of attention.
We calculated a weekly workload or 50 to 40 hours for study, following college and practicing. So I have to ask Rob, for instance, what's your estimation?
I guess 45 hours a week.
Yes, and what's yours, Nicole?
I think 55 hours.
Well, that's quite a lot. Let's have a closer look at the planning sheet.
Each group of 10 students is assigned its own tutor. These hold discussions with the students, not only as a group, but also individually, about his or her study progress. The important point here is the individual learning program of each student.
Take anatomy, physiology and pathology.
With this type of education, the student has to become acquainted with computers. In the first place, because during their study, they are going to be confronted with the use of the computer. And secondly, because they should be familiar with its application in the public health service. Each of these students has made a study of this module and put in a request for a test example as an exercise to evaluate their knowledge. The computer sets the questions covering the related module and the student answers true or false, by means of which he or she can judge for themselves whether their knowledge is sufficient or not.
Hello. I want to make module 104.
May I have your card, please?
Just a minute, Unique.
Here we are.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Each student putting in a request for the real examination is provided with a series of questions specially selected for that particular person. The test book provided contains all the questions concerning the module. The student only has to look up the test questions entered onto his or her own paper and to mark the answer in the appropriate space on the card. If the students are satisfied that the answers have been completed, they then go back to the desk and hand in their answer cards.
Yes.
What do you think of it?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
Alright, let's have a look.
No?
I don't know.
Here, look for yourself.
Oh, fantastic. I made it. You know, it was so difficult.
This student has been advised that she has passed the exam successfully. However, the computer-directed instruction system doesn't only print out a result, but also gives instructions for the next step the student has to take. Had the result been negative, then the student, after having studied the module subject matter anew, would have had to sit the test again at a time of her own choice. At the same time, the computer results show which sections of the module have been insufficiently mastered by the student. so that she is able to make a selective revision of that module. It is in this manner that the student follows the course. When all the modules have been completed, with satisfactory results, then he or she is given the opportunity to bring what has been learnt into practice during a probationary period, under the guidance of qualified and experienced physiotherapists.
Hello. Hello. I am Nicole van Berken and I have an appointment with Miss Pasteur.
Okay, moment. Hi, Nicole is here. Okay. You can change your clothes over there.
Okay.
In the first instance, the student is attached to a qualified physiotherapist and then, under guidance, brings his or her knowledge and ability into practice, consequently actually treating patients. If it appears that the probationary period has been satisfactorily completed, then the student has crossed the finishing line as a certified physiotherapist. This modular system of education can be used by any country wishing to introduce a high-quality level of education in physiotherapy, or to upgrade the existing level. One can adapt this teaching to the specific needs of that country.